Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're not at the house. We're starting the video off today in the Commander. We decided to get in the Commander. It's such a nice day, and go for a ride around the lake. And I'll tell you what, that lake is pretty darn choppy. I haven't seen a lake that choppy in a while. Last time I was on that lake, it was so choppy. Our friend Josh Cameron's boat, he's got a 20-foot deck boat, Azure deck boat, and that thing was struggling. And it has a 383 stroker motor in it, and it was still struggling. And we were jumping 6-foot high waves with that thing, especially on the Great Sacandaga Lake. That's a big lake. When it gets mad, it gets upset. But right now we are, where are we? I think we're in the town of Broad Albion right now. This town is home to Laker people. They like to be lakeside in the summertime. The route I'm actually driving down right now is where I went to help drive for UPS. Me and Connor McGrath back in the day. And Connor, if you're watching this, buddy, hi to you. Good job. I heard you moved to North Carolina. Good for you. Alright, what are you doing? Alright, let's go. Stuff that piece of shit Ford. I'm not a Ford guy by any means. I've had nothing but... I had 3 Power Strokes, 2 Duramaxes, and I never had any luck with a Power Stroke. I always had issues with them. I had one Dodge with one Ford with a gas motor in it, and I'll tell you what, I had nothing but issues with that Triton motor. There's nothing personally against Ford. I know there's probably some Ford fans watching this video going, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what? I don't care. I'm a Dodge guy, and the only reason I would buy Dodge is because of that Cummins motor they put in it. And Cummins has been around 55 plus years. And you know what? They're great motors. My Uncle Brian's had them for years. My Uncle Bobby's bought, I think, 4 Cumminses now, if you count the one he has now. He's a big Dodge Cummins guy. He likes Cummins, and that's because Cummins is stuck to one thing. They've stuck to the same motor. Yeah, they beefed them up every 5 to 10 years. It used to be the 5.9 liter Cummins. Now it's a 6.7 turbo diesel. And I'll be honest with you, someday when I get the money, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna buy a Laramie. Either a Laramie Longhorn or just a plain out Laramie or a limited Dodge Ram 3500 dually with the Cummins. Because outside of this job, I pull people's snowmobile trailers around, and my Jeep just does not like doing that. It's got 141,000 miles on it, and it's done its time. It runs good, but you know what? Thinking about just buying a truck and keeping this as a beater, so I don't have to drive the Dodge in the wintertime. I mean, yeah, I can get undercoated, but you know what? Dodges are prone to rust out, and it's a Dodge thing. No one's gonna say anything about that. Dodges tend to rot out just like anything else. I mean, yeah, Chevys don't rot out, Fords don't rot out as bad, but that's because Dodge uses cheap-ass metal on all their trucks. The only reason my Jeep hasn't rotted out yet is because I get it undercoated every year. And I mean, there's a lot of surface rust on it. You can see it. But the body is in great shape. There's a little spot of bubbled rust on the tailgate, but on the hatchback. But you know what? It is what it is. It was a $5,000 Jeep. You're not gonna get it brand spanking new for $5,000. It is what it is. It ain't gonna be any different. Honda, now they got their shit together. That's the one thing about Honda. If you look at everybody else, like, if you look at their four-wheelers, for example, if you go on, you look at Polaris, then you went and looked at Arctic Cat, Yamaha, Can-Am, they all came out with their all-wheel drive first, but Honda came out with it last, and that's because, that's Scott? No, it ain't Scott, his back tailgate. But they do stuff last because they're trying to perfect it, and that's a good company. They're a Japanese company. Yeah, they're not American made, which I prefer American made over anything because I like the U.S. better. I prefer everything to be American made, but what are you gonna do? Some things you just can't buy from China that are any good. I mean, half the tools I buy and half the tools Andy has in his garage, most of the time, they're junk because they're made in Taiwan or made in Japan. And it's not their fault. They're just doing what they're told to do. But anyway, so we are in the village of Broad Albin now. And as you can tell, my structure completely shot in front of this thing. I think we're just getting out of the village of Broad Albin. We're going to be getting back on the highway here in a few minutes. We'll toot the horn at Albert's house when we go by. Maybe he'll be standing outside. We'll stop and chat with him for a little bit. I haven't seen him since this whole corona pandemic has panned out. You know, I always did think the front ends of the 2012 Fords looked nice. But I'm just not a Ford guy. I'm a Chevy and a Dodge guy. Oof. Holy crap, my Jeep's getting 21.5 miles to the gallon. Seen that before. A 53-foot trailer towing a dolly behind it. I've never seen that before in my life. 53-foot double, that would be something. Mitsubishi going or Mazda going. Oh, the Cascadia. The Shitliner Cascadia. That's what my buddy Rob, my buddy Alex's dad calls Freightliner Cascadias. He drives from Walmart, and he said out of all the 37 years he's been driving from Walmart, he said that those are the only trucks he's given them, and he had an older Cascadia And he said it was the best truck he ever had. Then they gave him a reward and gave him a brand spanking new Cascadia. He said the thing's a piece of shit. I asked him, hey Rob, why are the Cascadias junk? Well, he told me, he's like, because it has constant DEF issues. And I said, really? Well, the road we were on right now is a major corridor for tractor trailers. I mean, if I ever drove for Walmart, this is probably one of my main corridors. Oh, God. Toot the horn at Albert Charles when we go by. Judge me all you want about those pickup trucks, but you know what? Who cares? I think what I think, and I'm not going to let anybody change that. Pretty sure Dad's probably at the club by now. It is windy out. Good driver always looks out both his mirrors, all three of his mirrors constantly. Just so you know, they don't call, what's your ticket? It's a double axle camper. Man, thing's huge. Even when I say drive that thing. Video is 12 minutes long. It's not bad. I think we'll toot the horn. We'll go by Albert's house. Albert lives right on 29. Can you imagine that? That's gotta be louder than shit. Listen to that all day long. Of course, I guess after a while you get used to the road noise. I'll tell you what, this Fagan guy, he's built quite the building. This guy's built quite the building for himself, I'm telling you. It's a big ass building. See, the YMCA's closed down too. Always wanted an orange pickup truck. I don't know why. I always thought they'd be kind of cool, you know. Of course, with them guys, not really. I've actually always wanted I priced a Chevy 3500 dually out last night on the internet and built one. And I could only get it up to the 75 or 72 grand. On the other hand, I went and built a Dodge Cummins dually with everything you can stuff in it. That was $95,000, and I'm thinking to myself, how in the hell is a Dodge Cummins worth that? I go, it's a Dodge for crying out loud. And this is a Chevy. Back where I started on the fuel level. That wasn't worth it at all. We are going to proceed down to the Concordia Club because I'm pretty sure that's where Dad is. He's the vice president of the Concordia Club and he absolutely hates it. He wants to get out of it so bad. He said he can. It's pretty bad when he's counting down the number of days until he's done with vice presidency, because that's what he did when he worked for the state of New York. He actually had a countdown clock by his desk when he used to have to go to work, and it would say this many days until retirement. And I'll tell you what, I'll give Dad credit. You can think about it, buddy. Speed limit at least. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Somebody that can't freaking drive. If you cannot drive normally, then give your license up. Cut it in half, throw it in the trash, or burn it. Start getting fucking pissed when people can't drive. don't give a shit how old they are. If they cannot drive for shit, do the speed limit. Yeah, I realize my driving ain't the best in the world. I mean, it's pretty freaking good. But if you cannot do the speed limit when it's 41 degrees and sunny out, you can give your license up. Oh, look, the dipshit just realized his blinker was on. Idiots. He's lucky it's turned into a 35-mile-an-hour zone. Billy Bryan fucking tailgating. Let's go, buddy. Stuff it.